Hi everyone, this is Mini Joda here. Welcome once again. Today I'd like to bring you some news on what's been happening recently with Supernatural in general, with Season 10, convention, San Diego ComicCon, a lot of things that have been happening, so let's get started. Of course, the big news, what happened last week, which was San Diego ComicCon. There was a huge panel on Supernatural, two of them actually. One, a regular panel, teasing for Season 10, and then another one with Nerd HQ, which both of them were fantastic. I love them. Sadly, I don't have any footage of it. I do live on the East Coast, all the way in New York, so unfortunately I can't post any footage like I usually do of the conventions that I go to, like PAX East or WizardCon that I posted a little bit earlier this year. I am going to New York Comic Con a little bit later in October. I do have tickets for that, so that's great. And I also recently bought tickets also for the Supernatural convention in New Jersey, which I've never attended. It's something that I've always wanted to go to, and I figured this is my chance. Unfortunately, I did find out about it a little bit late, so I only have tickets for Friday, but I will be there. I will bring you guys some footage later once I'm there. I'm really excited. That's in September. It's coming up. I'm also going to be taking a picture with Mr. Henry Winchester, which is... what's this guy's name? Gil McKinney. There we go. So first of all, before anything, I did want to do some unpacking, which I did during my Hunters video, and I really liked it. So I have a couple of things to show you guys. One of them was a t-shirt that I ordered. Or sorry, a sweatshirt. There we have it. I forgot where I bought this from. I remember that I found out from Twitter. If you're interested and if you're big fans like I am, I recommend that you follow Winchester Bros, because they post a lot of cool stuff. They do good auctions, and usually they just like to let us know of good stuff, goodies, for our Supernatural fans. So there's that. And also there's another pop figure that I bought. What a mess. This would be, of course, Mr. Castiel. I found this at PAX East, and I saw one of them, and I figured, oh, it's gonna go down in price later, because that's how it usually works in conventions. When you wait a little bit later until the last day, prices usually go down because they're in clearance. But I was stupid not to know that this would sell out, which is exactly what happened. So now I have to order it online, and here it is. So let's find out what it looks like. Let me get this out of the way. Sorry. There we go. Okay, so here we have him. Very nice. It's very similar to the Dean one, actually. I like that he has the signature spiky hair. Of course, his trench coat. And I like that they made little details, like, for example, his tie, which is backwards. And now, that means that I have my whole collection. There we go. I understand that Charlie is the next figure that's going to be released, and hopefully Crowley, now that he's a series regular. So he's hoping for that. So let's talk a little bit about the little teasers, information that was provided to us thanks to San Diego Comic-Con panel. If you know a little bit about me, you know that I hate spoilers with a passion, so I'm going to try to keep things as spoiler-free as possible. While teasing, hinting a little things that are going to be coming up in, of course, Season 10. First off, we have the main topic, of course, which is Demon Dean. Jensen Ackles did mention that this was going to be a little bit different of a take on his character, because this is not Mitsu that's possessed by a demon. This is Dean's soul that has been corrupted and twisted into the shape of a demon. So he's playing the same character while keeping the brutality and evilness that being a demon entails. So that's going to be quite a challenge for him. I'm sure he's going to do great. We don't know much about what he's going to do, other than he's going to be really violent. From the teaser that we saw at San Diego Comic-Con, it appears that he's going to be even aggressive towards his own brother, trying to kill him even. And apparently he's going to sing karaoke during the first episode. That's kind of weird. I'm not sure how that's going to be like, but we'll see. And then on the other hand, we have Sam, which, if you've been following Jared Padalecki's Twitter and I guess news in general, you know that he injured his shoulder and he's been wearing a brace for a few months now. Well, he's been filming like that. So I'm not sure how they're going to incorporate that into the show. I'm guessing he probably maybe wasted away, because he also lost a lot of weight. He mentioned that because he hasn't been working out as he used to, he's losing weight. And I believe he said he lost 15 pounds out of being injured. He said that it was just a messing around accident with Osric Chow, who plays Kevin Tran on the show. What we know about him is that apparently he's looking after Dean, trying to save him. And it seems that he did something wrong that Dean calls him out on. And it begs a question, which is the main aspect of the season so far, which is, which one is the real monster? What did Sam do? What did you do that's so evil that is comparable to what evil Dean has done up to that point? So that's going to be very interesting to see the dynamic between the brothers, and also to see what exactly did Sam do. I'm sure we're going to find out very soon. And of course this was announced a bit earlier during the spring, but we know that Castiel and Crowley, both Misha Collins and Mark Shepard, are now on a regular cast basis, which means that we're probably going to see them a lot more often. In terms of Castiel, from what happened during last season, we know that he lost his grace. Metatron stole his grace during season 8, and he's been kinda retaining his angelic powers by stealing grace from other people. But because that wasn't his grace, he's been losing it gradually. And as his grace fades away, his own self is fading away and he's dying. At the same time, Castiel is in a bit of a conflict because he's trying to save himself, but he's putting a lot of priority on trying to save Dean as well. So it seems almost like he has to make this choice as to whether he wants to save himself and remain alive, or restore Dean back to his original self. So from what we know, it seems that the brothers are going to be split apart from the very beginning, and they're going to meet again during the 3rd episode of the season. So from what it seems like, Sam is going to be working with Castiel, while Dean is going to be on his own with Crowley. When it comes to Crowley, of course, it begs the question, did he know that this was going to happen to begin with? It seems like he had a bit of a hint that this would happen to Dean thanks to the Mark of Cain. But at the same time, what was the extent in which he knew that this was going to happen to him? And was it a good idea? Maybe he's going to start losing control of what Dean is going to do on his own, and maybe he's going to try to gain dominion over Hell, because he's a very powerful Knight of Hell now. Even more powerful than Crowley now, so you don't know how he's going to react. He's probably going to want power, he's going to want to kill people, to gain control, kind of like in the same venue as what Abaddon used to do during the last season, season 9. So again, it comes down to who's in control. Crowley is on one side, Dean is on the other, and they're working together for a mutual goal, but at the same time, who's really in control here, you know? The other big news that was revealed both before and at San Diego ComicCon was the musical-ish episode, the 200th episode, which is going to be on the 5th episode of the season. They're calling it a musical, or musical-ish, which is going to be very interesting to see, because there's, of course, a lot of talk about this for a while now, ever since they did things like, for example, The French Mistake about 3 years ago. Of course, an episode in which they come out of the TV world into the real world, and they have to play themselves, the real Jared and Jensen. So that was very interesting to see, and ever since then, they've always said that a musical is possible. It's something that, considering that The French Mistake actually happened, is something that a musical episode is likely to happen now more than ever. And it is, so that's really exciting, especially considering that it's the 200th episode. What a milestone for a show like this. So based on the term musical-ish, I don't know how much of a musical is going to be. It seems like he may have a few songs here and there, maybe not to the extreme of something like Glee or Buffy's musical Once More with Feeling. It seems more like maybe they'll give one song to each of the main characters, and that might be something along those lines. I mean, that's just my speculation. They call it more a love letter to the fans, since this is something that, of course, we've wanted for a long time. So I'm really glad that they're taking this big risk, and considering the risk that they've taken in the past and how well it's turned out, for example, The French Mistake, I think this is going to turn out well. And we do know that, at least as far as Jaren and Jensen, we do know, we've seen it in the show, that they can sing. Maybe not like professional singers, but they can sing enough that they can put up a good show or a good performance on a musical-ish episode. And then finally they mentioned, because somebody asked about female strong characters that are on the show, and Jeremy Carver did mention that there were going to be a healthy dose of new and returning characters. Female, strong, powerful female characters coming back, new and returning. So that's very exciting to see who exactly they're referring to. Hopefully Charlie. Of course, Sheriff Jordan Mills is always up to coming back, I'm sure. Hopefully they won't kill her off. It's always likely when it comes down to Supernatural, but we'll see what happens. Hopefully Charlie. Charlie's been on every season ever since her introduction, so I'm hoping that she comes back too. She's personally my favorite, so I'm really glad there's a pop figure coming out on her honor, and also that there may or may not be more episodes coming out. I personally hated Slumber Party, so I hope that she comes back with a bang. Slumber Party was the episode from last season where it was about the Wizard of Oz, and it was a really bad episode in my opinion. So I hope that she comes back, and if she does, that she comes back again with a great episode, with a bang. Maybe during the 200th episode. That would be nice, actually. I'm looking forward to it. And finally, Mr. Misha Collins on his ever-lasting attempt to break World Guinness records. Again, he's hosting GISHWHES, I think that's how you say it, on, which, for those that don't know, it stands for Greatest International Scavenger Hunt the world has ever seen. And what this entails is basically people getting together into groups from all over the world and doing hunts, doing tasks that Misha has provided to the whole group. And you get points accumulated based on how many successful tasks you have completed. The list, if you haven't seen it, is ridiculous. I'll post it down in the description, but the list is ridiculous. The things that they have to do, I don't know if it's something that I would do. I want to be supportive of Misha as a fan, and I would love to do something with the fans, because I don't know any fans that are as passionate as I am, in person at least. So I would love to be part of something like this, but maybe in the future, because right now, like with the time that I have available, is very difficult. So I would like to maybe in the future get together with other people and participate in GISHWHES next year. But the tasks, they are absolutely, you have to see it. You have to see it, because this is absolutely out of control. He's crazy. He's crazy. And I think that's it for now. I have one more video coming up. It's a very short one. It's something that I've been planning for a little while, so look forward to that in the near future. It's also Supernatural based, so, look forward to that. For now, thank you for watching. I'll make sure to post to you guys of any news that I have in the future. Very happy to have Misha with me now. Hopefully GISHWHES will go successfully. I'm sure a lot of people will participate and we'll have a lot of fun. Dude, you're crazy. You're absolutely crazy. But for now, thank you for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and as always, enjoy. Goodbye.